Hi, this is Mr. Doty. I'm going to talk to you a little bit today about points and lines and planes, and this is for descriptive geometry. I've had a lot of questions about how do you get this and what do you do, and sometimes it's not easy to explain because I get it, and then how do I explain it to you guys and get somebody else to figure out how to do it. Alright, so I set up some examples similar to what you're doing for the first few examples, well, problems that you're going to work on. And some of you may have already figured this out, and I always tell you to look for your options online as far as look for videos. If you find a video that you like, send it to me, and I'll try to post it on the class or the link so that we can all use it. So anything that we can do to help each other out is awesome. So anyway, so getting to our what we're going to do today, I've got these 2 points, and I'm just going to move over and get this to work. Alright, so if you think about it, you've had experience hopefully with multi-view projection where you've done like an object and you looked at the front of it, the side of it, the top of it. Well, in descriptive geometry what we do is we take those planes or those views, and we divide them with these lines called fold lines. So basically it's just like you got a cardboard box, and when you fold it flat you see all the sides, right? But whenever you fold it up, you've got a three-dimensional box or cube, so, or whatever shape, if you cut it in a different shape. So anyway, so let's just look at it like that. So I've got these phantom lines here, these, and I made some layers. So here, let's just look at this. So if you set up your drawing, you don't have to have this many layers, but you should be using a template. Hopefully you created a template, and it should have some different layers on there, like you might have one for text, a phantom line, or you could call them a fold line layer, and I'm using the phantom line. I've got my object line layer, I've got a hidden, a dimension, this one's got a construction, I've got a center, and then I've got a border. Like I said, you don't have to have every one of those, but you should at least have like an object, a phantom, a text, hidden, center, dimension. Those are all important layers to have, and of course they should all be in different colors, and they should have the correct line types. Okay, I must have borrowed this one from somebody because it's got extra stuff and different line types that I don't typically use, but that's fine. Anyway, it is a template. Alright, so those are my layers, and I'm just gonna hold that down. Alright, so you're used to front, so we have the frontal plane, right? So that's our front view, same as a front view. We have the profile plane, that is a side view, and we have the horizontal plane, that is a top view. And if you can get that in your brain, that it's the same thing as a front, top, and right side view, then you're good to go. So you're saying, okay, well, what does that mean? And how do I get stuff from these two views up here? What am I doing? Alright, well, first of all, I'm going to go to my construction line layer, and I'm going to draw me a line. So, in normal 3-view projection, multi-view projection, you will project from one view into the other. Alright, so I line it up with this point. So I drew a circle for my point instead of drawing an X, but anyway, it's the same thing. Now how do I get the distance from here up there? Where do I find that? Okay, just remember, on everything you're going to do, if you project off of one view, then the view adjacent to it, or back one, if you will, sorry, that's where you get your measurement. Now, we taught you how to use the miter line and all that. Well, that's not going to fly or work with what we're going to do. So you need to get in the habit of measuring. Now what I do is I take my offset command right here, and I'm going to measure from the center of this guy right here over to my fold line. Okay? So I'm looking for this up here, and I project it off of here. So that means I go back one, and this is the only way I can go back, and here it is. So boom, that's my measurement. So I'm going to transfer that measurement, and I'm going to offset this guy up that distance. Now these are just random. I didn't put these a specific distance. You've got a grid in the book. Some of the points don't line up. Make sure you line up your points. If they don't line up in the book, just line them up. It's fine. Don't let that, confuse you. See, they have to line up. If I go over here, it lines up here, this goes up here. Alright, so now what can I do? I can go to copy, I can grab this circle here, and I can put him right there. Boom. So this distance right here, from here to here, is equal to this distance from here to here. How do I check that? Okay, I'm going to go up here, and I'm going to pick linear, and I'm going to pick that, and I'm going to do the same thing here, and I'm going to go from there to there. Boom. They're the same distance. Alright? Okay. Moving on. Now, what happens if you have an angled fold line? Same principle. Take my line. You always go perpendicular to your fold line. And so actually, let me back up a second. If you will go up to your draw tab under your ribbon, and if you find the ray command, I just started doing this because it makes more sense. If you use the ray command and you start off with your circle there, and then I type in perpendicular, or you can shift right click, whatever, and get perpendicular, boom. Now it's perpendicular. These two are always going to be perpendicular. See? These two are perpendicular, right? Now I'm projecting off of this view, so that means I have to go back to this guy. Alright? See, it's just like here. I'm projecting off of this guy, I have to go over here to find my measurement. Alright, so what am I going to do? Same procedure, offset, click on the center, and then offset this guy up that direction. Now, so this distance is equal to this distance, right? Now what do? I'm just going to go copy my point. Boom. Okay, so that is copying points. Alright, now notice I have some other examples. Alright, well, let's take a line. How do you do a line? Now you'll notice I have everything labeled. I have H for my horizontal plane, F for frontal, this is frontal, this is profile. I don't worry too much about these guys, because eventually you're going to have more than one fold line. Don't worry about that. The main thing you want to remember is label your points on your line, okay? Notice if I take my line and I draw a line from here to here, they line up, right? So when you're laying this out, make sure they line up, because if they don't line up, it's not right, okay? Alright, we're clear. Alright, so what am I going to do? I'm going to go perpendicular to my fold line, and I'm going to draw these lines up far enough. I didn't use my ray command because I don't know, I just didn't. I'm still getting used to using it. So anyway, but if you use the ray command, I think it will be a good option. Okay, so now what do I need to do? Same procedure, offset, go from this point to here. And this is where you have to keep in mind which one's which. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go over here and copy this, just so that I know where the heck my line is. Alright, so that's B, right? Now I'm going to go back into offset, and I'm going to do this, offset up. Alright, now what do I need to do now? I need to extend. So I'm going to extend this guy up, and this guy needs to meet for that. Alright, so those two guys are hooked up. So now what? Now I need to draw a line, right? I'm not on the right line, but that's okay. I can fix it. I can fix it. So what am I going to do? I'm going to take the line, go up here, change it to object. These are all things you should already know how to do. So if not, you just learned something cool, right? Alright, so these two I'm going to delete because I don't need them, or I guess I could leave them for, you know, being an example, but anyway, I don't really need it, but I do need to copy my point label up here. Alright, notice these two line up, right? If you want to leave your construction lines in, that's fine. I don't have a problem with it. A lot of times I get confused, so I'll just take them out. Alright, so I got my measurement from here, projected from here. So remember, if you project from it, you go to the next one back. Always go, it's 2 steps back from here. So you always say 1, 2. Or this is the guy I'm projecting from, so I have to go back 1. Whichever way you want to remember it, that's cool. Alright, so now what? Same idea, these two are lined up. This lines up with this point lines up with this point. I've got them labeled. So now what am I going to do? I'm going to use the ray command this time. And I'm going to go perpendicular, like I said. Then I'm going to use my offset command. Offset command, boom, boom. Alright, so I'm not going to get confused. So I did S first. So I'm going to do copy. And I'm going to copy it up here. And then I'm going to go back to my offset. Oops. There. And offset there. Alright. Now, I need to copy my points. Very important to label your points. If you don't label your points, you'll end up getting confused and you don't know who's on first. And it's never a fun thing. So there you go. Alright. There it is. Put them on the right layer. Try to make sure you put stuff on the correct layer so you don't get lost and stuff. Alright. So there it is. I can get rid of these two lines, these two fold lines, as long as I've got my label. What I do when I check it, I go over here, I use my offset command, or I use my measurement. I may do a linear, and I'll say, alright, did you do it right? I mean, most of the time it'll look right. It'll be like, no, that looks right. Looks like, you know, I can look at the dimensions and know that they're probably correct. So don't try to fake it on me, because I can usually figure it out pretty easily. Use the align dimension to check your dimensions. Remember, you can also use your measure. You can do a distance here. So you can do that to measure, to figure out if you know, to check them, or you can put a dimension on there. Alright, those are lines. So we've done points, we've done lines. Now here's planes. Alright, so apparently I need to get rid of these two lines. There we go. Alright, same idea. Right? So what do I do first? The first thing I want to do is draw some lines, right? So let's use our ray command. And I'll just do this. Okay. Now what? Offset. And I want to measure from? Alright, well we'll do Q. Alright, that's Q. So here's Q. Copy it up. Remember, do this. Main thing to remember is to label your points. Okay, so I had a slight delay there for a second. And I've got 2 points. I've got Q and I've got R. And I don't know on that, but let's do this. Offset P. Oh, that's different. Looks fun, doesn't it? So the thing to remember is these measurements, they are what they are. And I just made these random, but they do line up. If they don't line up, they won't work. That's the main thing you got to remember. So, next thing I need is a P. So we'll stick a P right there. Huh, interesting. Well, let's see what happens. So when we connect the dots, we know we're going to have a line. Here, let's use a color. So I know I can go from Q to P, right? P and Q and P and R. Boom. Pretty cool. So we have P to Q, Q to R, P to R. So we have P, R, make sure I didn't mess up. So you have P, which is right there. Q. To R. Okay. There you go. Alright, so that's what it lined up as. There you are. Alright, same thing. Now wrap this up. Don't want it to be too long a video. So anyway, so what are we going to do now? You never know until you go up here and hit Ray, right? And then we're going to do here, and then do this. Who would have thought it'd take 20 minutes for me to do a video? It's all okay, right? What happens when you get in a hurry? Alright, so now I'm going to measure from over here, right? And go up here, bang. While I'm at it, see my point. That's R. R is right here. You got to make sure you line everything up. That's R, then that's R, then that's R. Right? So now we got offset. We need to find P. Alright, there's P. So I'm going to take P. Copy P up. There. Now we need Q. So we're going to hit offset. We're going to fix this. Offset this up this direction. Alright, and that's Q. So there's Q. Copy that. Up. And there is Q. Okay, so now this is at an angle, and this would be what we would call an auxiliary view. And it comes up with an even different shape. So I'll go to color line. So I've got two. Alright, and if I take that and put it on the right one, same thing here. So if you end up with some weird shapes, which that looks similar to the one that's in the book, because I had somebody come up with something like that, and I was like, if I remember right, that's what it looks like. It doesn't matter what the shape turns into, as long as it's a triangle. You labeled all your points, and your points line up. You know, I should be able to take a line, and I should be able to go from here to here to here, and everything is perpendicular to the fold lines. Alright? Well, 21 minutes, long video here. I don't know if I have to do any editing, but anyway, I'll try to make some more as I can, and hopefully they'll help you out. Have fun.